Good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream, and I'm going to do your December the 30th Spiritual Principle Day in a meditation. I hope you're having a beautiful morning. I'm brought to you by Hope Through Navigation, and this is our Hood Recovery Services. You can reach me at recoveryofhope21@gmail.com. Okay, the meditation is entitled Letting Trust Take Root. Simply allowing someone to be with us as we go about our lives can be priceless. That's taken from the Living Clean book, Chapter 2, Connection to Others. Being a member of NA allows us to experience something many of us were looking for all along, whether we knew it or not, a sense of community. We found our people. But then we may look around at our fellow addicts and think, I'm supposed to trust these people? The answer is not all of them and not all at once. An H&I speaker often joked, the good news is there's hope. The bad news is it's us. Like love and courage, trust usually begins with action, and the feeling comes later. We start with a sponsor and grow our circle from there. We don't have to like everyone in NA, but we do need to recover with some of them. After being clean for a while, we often feel a special connection to the members we got clean with, the people who were around in early recovery. We may grow to appreciate the traits or qualities we don't like about some fellow members. We know them well enough to trust they are who they are, and there's something reliable about that. We show up for each other, warts and all. My mom was a difficult person with few friends at the end of her life, a member wrote. We didn't expect anyone but our immediate family to attend her memorial service. I looked up to see members of my crew, the folks I cleaned up with, walking in. They didn't know my mom, but they knew me. Being part of the NA community helps us develop a practical form of trust, which we then find useful in so many other areas. We show up for others and let them show up for us. In our family, work, and romantic relationships, we allow others to be who they are, and we have the courage and willingness to be who we are alongside them. We share the road together. Trust can sometimes spring up in unlikely places. Let me repeat that. Trust can sometimes spring up in unlikely places. I will be myself, allow others to be themselves, and let trust take root where it will. Let's take a moment of silence. I feel that's necessary. Let's take a moment of silence, followed by the we version of the Serenity Prayer, and we will unpack this meditation together. Moment of silence now, please. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. Letting trust take root. This is a good topic because we're talking about the community that we have within the Fellowship of Narcotics Anonymous. And it's emphasizing here that it's difficult sometimes coming in and thinking, oh, wow, I'm going to be in the rooms of recovery with a bunch of people just like myself, former users, maybe some are current users, right? And I'm supposed to trust my story, my life with these same individuals that used to use drugs and manipulate and abuse and all of those things, I'm supposed to do that? Really? No, I don't think so. All of us, I believe, come with that level of skepticism. But it emphasizes also that trust, right? Trust is something that develops over time. Just like love and courage, it develops and it takes action in order for it to become second nature. We have to practice it, in other words. And we don't have to trust everyone all at once, right? We don't have to trust everyone and not everyone all at once. So the beauty of that is that we can really afford to ease our way into it to some degree. Now, if you need to absolutely trust everyone in the rooms before you share anything about yourself or what your day is like, I would venture to say that you would probably be somewhat miserable, because the whole purpose of coming together at meetings is so that we can share our experience, strength, and hope, and carry the message of recovery to the still suffering addict. On any given day, that could be yourself. On any given day, you could be the still suffering addict. You may not have picked up, but you could be suffering within your spirit over whatever you're going through. And other people will share, and if you're receptive, right? Those spiritual principles that are indispensable: honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness. If you have those three and you go to a meeting and you are feeling bankrupt, you are feeling like you're the still suffering addict, but you have the how of the program within you, you are going to be able to lean more into open-mindedness and willingness. The honesty piece may not be as strong as you want it to be, where you would actually share what you're going through. But because of the open-mindedness and the willingness to be present in the meeting and listen, you may receive the help that you need, the answer that you seek. The honesty piece is beautiful, just at the fact that you admitted that you're an addict. And you remember when you say you are, right? So you're going to benefit whether or not you share. So here's the point. Why did I say all of that? If you can come to a meeting and be that still suffering addict at any point in time, doesn't it make sense that somebody else could as well? So on your good days, when you do feel like you can share your experience, strength, and hope, you feel a little bit better about what's going on, why not share it? Or is it too high risk? Now, if it's high risk and what you're going to share is that you killed somebody and buried them in a field or something, I would recommend that you keep that and do the proper thing with the authorities, right? I wouldn't recommend you come into the room and confess that, right? That's very high risk. But if it's not too high risk, why not share it honestly, so that someone else that has been in your shoes of being a still suffering addict with clean time can benefit? And that's how that give and take begins to happen with one another. That's how trust begins to happen with one another. I know you can do it. I know you can. Otherwise, you would not continue to show up and listen to this podcast every day. There is something that is burning inside of you that is saying, I want more. Or you wouldn't be listening. Now I want you to take that more and develop more trust with those in the fellowship and begin to be honest about where you are. And admit, today I'm not feeling great. I need a little bit of encouragement, so I'm just going to listen. I'll pass. On another day when you feel a little bit better, go ahead and share. Either way, you're welcome here. No one's going to make you share or twist your arm or make you have friendships in the fellowship. Yeah, we're grown. Nobody's going to do that to you. However, I do think your life will be greatly improved if you give it a chance, a good chance. Go for it. Well, you've been in the flow of the mighty stream, and I need you to go with that flow and do something great, mighty today. I need you to get out there and have the greatest December 30th you've ever had.